I want to show you something. 4 miles. That's the distance between downtown Milwaukee and one of the most underrated suburbs in this entire area. 4 miles. And most buyers have never seriously considered it. So today that changes. In case you missed it, last week I ranked the 5 most underrated suburbs in Milwaukee. And when I got to number 5, Glendale, I told you it deserved its own video. So here we are. And look, I'll be real with you. Glendale isn't the suburb that comes up every day in my conversations with buyers, and I started wondering why. So I went in and dug into it, and what I found genuinely surprised me. Now we have to start with the location, because this is the thing that should be stopping people dead in their tracks. Glendale sits 4 miles north of downtown Milwaukee. The Milwaukee River runs right through it. You've got Clush Park, 140 acres, hiking trails, a waterfall, and some of the best salmon and trout fishing in the area. The Oak Leaf Trail cuts right through for biking and running, and then half a mile from Lake Michigan. Half a mile. I want you to think about what lakefront proximity does to real estate prices in most places. And then I want you to look at what Glendale is still trading at. We'll get into the numbers in a minute, but the geography alone should have your attention. This is not a suburb that built itself around a strip mall and Walgreens. It's built around water, parks, green space, and it happens to be sitting right next to one of the most affordable entry points in the entire North Shore corridor. Now let's talk about what it's actually like to spend time here, because this is where Glendale gets interesting. First, Sprecher Brewing, as in the first modern craft brewery in Milwaukee. They fire brew their beer. They make root beer that people will drive out of their way for. Tours, tastings, the whole thing. It becomes a real destination, not just for locals, but for people visiting the city. Then there's Bayshore. They call it the entertainment district of the North Shore. Over 70 businesses, restaurants, and an open community lawn. And look, I know what you're thinking. The mall? Really? But hear me out. My wife and I joke about this all the time. Growing up, our parents would literally drop us off at the mall. We'd be there all day for $20. $20, that was a full Saturday. And somewhere along the way that became uncool, and malls kind of died, and everyone felt bad about it. But Bayshore figured something out. You go there to actually hang out, not just pick something up and leave. It's good to see people back at the mall, even if $20 doesn't quite cover it anymore. And then there's the food. You've got the Bavarian Beer House, authentic German food, great beer, and an Oktoberfest that gets after it every fall. Is it Lacrosse Oktoberfest? Well, no. Nothing competes with Lacrosse Oktoberfest unless you're in Germany. But that's a different conversation entirely. Shout out to my UW lacrosse people. But what the Bavarian Beer House is a genuinely fun time with good food, cold beer, in a suburb that most people drive right past. That's worth something. Kopp's frozen custard. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're about to. And then there's Sully's Grill. Okay, and I need a moment for Sully's. Sully's has been making butter burgers since 1936. 1936. And I don't mean your typical butter burger where you cook the burger, add a little butter on top. This is more like a butter sandwich with a little burger on it. I mean, the burger arrives sitting in an actual pool of butter, like a pool. I went there with a couple buddies. My buddy Lee and I had to tap out halfway through. We just couldn't do it. Too much butter. I can't believe I'm saying that. But BT, without hesitation, obviously finished his. That man is built differently. But here's my point. A suburb with a brewery that's been there since the beginning. A custard institution. A burger place that's been serving butter by the ladle since before your grandparents were born. That's a suburb with actual character. That's not manufactured, that's earned. And since we're here, Lincoln Park Golf Course. 9 holes, right off Highway 43 in Glendale. It's a shorter course, but you can still absolutely rip the drive around the par 4s. I played it many times when I lived downtown, and here's what I love about it. There's a practice area right there that's almost always open. The course itself gets busy, but if you just want to work on your short game without fighting for space, that practice area is usually yours. And my personal record for 9 holes walking at Lincoln Park, 58 minutes. I will neither confirm nor deny whether I ran between a few holes. That information is unavailable at this time. But again, the point is, if you need a quick loop, Lincoln Park delivers that. And honestly, that's just the beginning. The golf in and around Glendale is very impressive. You've got options in every direction. If you're a golfer looking for a place to plant roots, you're not going to be stuck driving an hour to find a decent round. All right, let's talk numbers because this is where Glendale makes a serious case for itself. Here's what you need to understand about the North Shore. Suburbs like Whitefish Bay, Fox Point, Bayside, beautiful areas, strong schools, great character, and they're all close to the lake. But the price tags reflect all of that. You're routinely looking at the mid 400s to 600,000s and beyond, depending on what you're after. Glendale gives you that same North Shore proximity, the river, the parks, the lake access, the character, at a meaningfully lower price point. That gap is real, and buyers who figure that out early are the ones getting the better deal. And here's the other thing. Days on market in Glendale have been shrinking. Good homes are moving fast. This is not the market where you find something you love and then take a week to think about it. By the time you've thought about it, the seller has already accepted another offer. So if Glendale is on your radar, you need to be ready to move when the right house comes up. Here's what I want to leave you with. Glendale is the suburb that keeps passing the test every time I look at it. Location, lifestyle, value, access, it checks every box. And the fact that it's still flying under the radar, that's actually the opportunity, because the suburbs that everyone already knows about, you're paying for that awareness. Glendale hasn't been fully priced for what it offers yet. That window doesn't stay open forever. And the buyers who find Glendale before everyone else figures it out, those are the ones who are going to look back and feel really good about that decision. If you watched last week's video and Glendale caught your eye, I hope this helped you understand why. And if you're seriously considering buying in the Glendale area and you want to know what's actually available right now, my info is in the description and I'm always happy to talk. Drop your questions or your suburb in the comments. I read every single one. And if your suburb keeps coming up, it might be in the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching. And remember, whatever move you make next, make sure it's a smart one. We'll see you next week.